Hello everyone, welcome to the first Lunch and Learn in English with Cyberimpact. I'm Frédéric Santerre. I'm the Director of the Customer Success here at Cyberimpact. Today we're going to talk about a lot of things, but basically how to use the dynamic content in your newsletter. We're going to have a couple of features that we're going to go over and some new features also. Alright, so first of all, what is a dynamic content? It's really content that is going to adapt to the customers that you have in your email list. So it can be a lot of different things. We have some example here on the right. So it can be based on the demographic, so the age, gender, occupation of your customer, your subscriber. After that, it can be also based on the personal interest of the person. So let's say, are they a hockey player or a cyclist in life? After that, it can be based, of course, on the email engagement. So if they click or open your email, you can get that in your settings. After that, for sure, the customer life cycle. So is it a new customer that you want to enroll into your list, or it's let's say an older one that is a VIP, a good client of yours? So you have a lot of different options to engage with them. Here are a couple of statistics that are interested with dynamic content. For sure, at first we have the biggest number of all. It's 7 and 60% revenue increase of dynamic content versus non-segmented content. That's really huge. If you send email to your newsletter contacts that you know they are gonna like, it's always gonna be better than just regular content that you send to everybody. After that, on the right, you have 82% increase in open rates. So for sure, if you send always the same content to everybody, your list is gonna get tired of hearing from you because they don't want to see all of this regular content. But if you send always content that is interesting to them, for sure, every time they're gonna see your name, they're gonna want to click on the email and open it and see what you have for them today. After that, same thing. If they open more your email, for sure, some of them are gonna click on it. So 50% more click when we do segmented campaign. After that, 64% of all the emails that were sent last year in 2024 were segmented. So for sure, it's a big new trend in the marketing space. So it's time to get on board with that. Okay, first of all, how to grow your email list. It's been pretty much the same thing for a lot of years. You have a contact form on your website. It can be on your social networks also, a link in bio with Instagram or a link on Facebook, let's say. At first, it's always good to go with the minimum friction possible. So you just ask, let's say, for the email and the first name, just to have it. Here we have an example with Nike. They ask also the date of birth, so they're gonna be able to send an email saying happy birthday when it's your birthday. But it's really, really easy. In probably 10 seconds, you're done with the forms. So that's it, you're subscribed. But then after that, if we want to have more information to be able to segment the list, here with the Nike example again, you have the shopping preference. So let's say you're a runner. For sure, if Nike is sending you stuff that is related to baseball or to football, any other type of sport that you don't do, you're not going to be interested. But if they keep sending you content about running, so new shoes, new shorts, anything that you might be interested, for sure, they have a bigger chance to sell you some of their products. Okay, so after that, once you have the contact in your list, it's just a matter of having more data to be able to segment. So you just start with the basics, but then after that, you can send them an automation to request different type of information. So let's say here on the right, we are a travel agency. We want to ask what is the purpose of the trip that you want to do. Is it a romantic getaway? Is it a solo traveler? A trip for work maybe, or just a family trip? After that, what what's your working status? Are you working? Are you retired? For sure, it's gonna change a lot of aspect of the trip. After that, the demographic information, so the age, gender, all sorts of stuff like that. The family situation, which is gonna change for sure the type of trip that you're gonna be able to do. So if you have no kids, you have kids maybe that are teenagers, or is it a baby? All this information is good to have. There's a lot of way to do it. You can ask your clients, or when you import your list in Cyberimpact or your email application, you can import it with an Excel, so you can add some data in there. It can be synced with an API. It can be with your CRM that you send some of the data. For sure, you don't want to send all the data, all the information. You just take the information and the data that you want. So at first, just take some post-it and do, okay, I want to do campaigns with this data. And then you can import this data in Cyberimpact. And then after that, you're going to be able to send email with that. So again, with the family trip here, if you don't have any information, you're just going to be sending email to your clients that want to do trips with their family, but you don't know exactly what type of trip they want to do. So we have, for example, here, the safari. If they are a teenager, maybe that's good, but if you have a newborn, that's probably not the best option. Same thing for a museum with the small kids, 2 or 3 years old. For sure, they won't be happy in a museum. But in camp, if you go camping or you go at the beach, that's probably better. After that, here, same thing with the sports. So let's say I subscribe to a sport store and newsletter, but I do hockey. I don't really mind about having sales email about football or ski or bike. I just want to have information about hockey because that's the only sport I do. Maybe I have a few of them, so I'm gonna check all the boxes. But for sure, for me, I never played football, so I don't want to have promotion and publicity about football helmets for sale. Here we have an example for a restaurant. You could send, let's say, a new menu to all your customers, but if the person, let's say, is vegetarian or gluten-free, well, this menu is not going to interest them. So if you're able to send information according to the interests of your clients, for sure it's going to be better for your open rates, for your clicks, and at the end for the return on investment that you're going to get from your email campaigns. Here is the data that we have on our website. This is screenshot from Cyberimpact, so you should know what it looks like in your account. So in a contact, for sure, on the left, you have the basic information. So the email, the language preference, let's see the subscription date, the company of the client, and a couple of other questions. After that, here in the custom fields, we have data that it is synced from our application with an API, and all the data is coming in the contact file. So we have the plan that the user is using at the moment. What's the ID of the user that's useful for us? After that, what's the creation date of their account? So with that, you could do campaigns to thank them every year, let's say. That could be interesting. After that, the level, the number of contact that they have at the moment in the app. Okay, perfect. So now we can go and in the application, I'm going to show you the new feature that we're going to be rolling out in the next few days. So here I'm in one of the templates that we created for the webinar today. So this is just a random logo that I created for the webinar. It's a sports store. So we have a basic newsletter here with the spring sale here. And then the interesting part is really here. So you see here, this is the dynamic content feature. So you're going to be able to display content to your client based on pretty much whatever data that you have in Cyberimpact. So let's say you have a custom field that is the interest of this client. You're going to be able to show this block to all the clients that are interested in timing. After that, if we go a bit further, here you have cross-country content. So you're gonna be able to send this block, this whole newsletter with this block in it, but not the other one with climbing, to all the people that like cross-country skiing. So if we go here in the menu, you're gonna have this little block. You can edit the criteria, and then you can add a lot of different criteria. So here I said, okay, I want the custom field that is the interest, and it's equal to cross-country skiing. So every contact in my list that have an interest in cross-country skiing is gonna see this block in their newsletter when I send it to them. And we have the same thing here with climbing. So custom field interest is equal to climbing. So same thing, everybody that is interested to climbing is gonna see that. If they are interested to both sports, well, they're gonna see these two blocks. But if not, they're just gonna see one. So it's really interesting because in the past you would need to create a lot of different groups and then send a whole newsletter to all the different groups. With this new feature, you just send one newsletter to all the groups that you have. You put all your content in it, and then after that, you're gonna see all the statistics. So here I sent this email to my list of 2 people here. So you have the 2 different blocks with everybody that is interested to climbing. One recipient, it was delivered, and then this one opened it, and the other one didn't. After that, same thing for cross-country skiing. It was delivered once and opened and clicked. So you have all the data here for that. Okay, let me just present again. Perfect. So exactly like I was showing, you have the different option with all the statistics in this newsletter. So you're gonna have a big page of statistics for that newsletter, and you're gonna be able to play with it and to see all the statistics, but in the same newsletter. So let's say it's a sales that you're doing, you have all the information in this one page. You don't have to go through, let's say, the 10 different newsletters that you send for the interest of the clients. After that, we have a little statistics here again. There is a 53% higher conversion rate for the marketers that are using the marketing automation to nurture their lead. So let's say you have, like I said at the beginning, you just ask for the email. After that, you ask them to add more data in your newsletter software. So you're gonna have more data to send them information that they really want to have. So here in Cyberimpact, you can do exactly that. So let's say here, you say 10 months after they subscribe, you ask them to go fill out a form that is gonna ask them about their interest. You could do that 30 days after, maybe 3 months after, or right when they register to your newsletter. And then if they open it, sorry, it's in French here, but if they open it, you just stop. And if they didn't open it, you wait 10 days, and then you're gonna send a new email that is saying the same message, let's say. So the KPI is here, it's pretty much the same as all the email marketing that you're currently doing. So we're gonna talk about the open rates, the number of people that open your email. So if you send interesting content, for sure it's gonna go up because it's gonna, everybody that time that someone is gonna see your brand, they're gonna click on it because they know it's interested content. After that, the click rate. For sure, again, if you send good content to your clients, they're gonna like it and they're gonna click on it or at least be interested in it. The unsubscribe rate, for sure, that's also something interesting. If they don't like your content, they can just go and manage the content in the update profile. Other than they would just unsubscribe in another case. After that, some quick tips here. We're always saying to our clients, try to use something that your competition is not using. So let's say here we have a video at the bottom of this this newsletter. So that's always interesting because usually it's just image and text. So if you add a video, people are gonna click on it and they might go on your website, on YouTube, and consume other content that you have for them. After that, another good thing is to have a good ratio between text and photo. So if they don't download the photo at first, at least they have some text to know what is this email and what it's all about. For sure, after that, you have the dynamic gift. So in an email, you cannot add videos because you have a limit in the weight of the email, but you can have GIF, which is technically an image, but it's going to show up as a video. So it's going to be animated. Bruna is going to send in the chat there the makeagif.com that it's a tool that you can use, let's say, to take a video that you have on YouTube and create a GIF from it. After that, we've done a lot of content on our website. If you go, we did webinars, we did the blog article also about all the different laws that there are in Canada, in Quebec. So for sure, there's the CASL, the GDPR, the PIPEDA, which all the acronyms are there. In Quebec, we also have the Law 25. Basically, all of these is to make the companies that send email to their clients and subscriber accountable to be transparent with their email. So you cannot buy email list online and just start sending email to everybody. You need to get your email from your customers that are interested in your content and have clear consent with them. Yeah, on the left, there's a penalty there, so you can have fines that are up to $25 million. So it's really important to cope with these laws. The basic part of it is always to have the unsubscribe button at the end of the email, and also with all of these laws, especially the Law 25 here in Quebec, it's to have someone in your company that is accountable for all of these situations. So let's say someone is not happy about it, they can talk to someone that is in charge of the respect of these laws. After that, there we have the state of email marketing. It's also available in French. We have a lot of data here that is interesting for all of our clients, but also clients of other email platforms. So you can compare yourself to all the different industries to have the open rate. So here you have the average of all the major statistics that we have in there. So the open rate, the click rate, the unsubscribe rate, and the hard bounce rate. But this is really general. So if you download this email, Bruno is going to send it in the chat also. You're going to be able to see all of these different statistics, but based on your industry. So let's say you're in tourism, for sure there's a bigger unsubscribe rate there. After that, if you're a store or an association, you're going to have different statistics as well. So it's always important to compare yourself to the right industry because it always changes based on that. Oh, and we're just going to, in a few weeks, we're going to have the 2025 version of this presentation, the state of email marketing. So just follow us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, or on for sure our newsletter, and you're gonna receive the new version. After that, we have for sure ChatGPT in 2025, and then over the last 2 years, it's been a big tool for our clients. We're using it every day. So we created a custom GPT that is really there to help you create content for your newsletter. So I talked about the dynamic content. For sure, if you're gonna create 10 different content and text for your clients based on their interests, it's gonna be a lot of work to do. So try to use ChatGPT for that. Basically use it as a personal assistant. You just say, okay, write this text for this type of clients, and then it's gonna write it. After that, you just copy paste the prompt that you did, and you're gonna do it, let's say, for the fans of climbing, the fans of hockey, the fans or all the different interests that you have in your list, and you're gonna be able to create content really fast and rapidly. So here with the QR code, you can just download I'll actually go on ChatGPT website and use our custom GPT. So here we have a basic plan of your 2025 email marketing game. So at first you're gonna need the information. So at least the contact, the email and the first name, let's say. But all the different information that you can get from, let's say you're an hotel, you're connected with Muse or Reserve It, you can sync that with Cyberimpact, and you can have all your data in Cyberimpact, so then you can use it to do dynamic content campaigns. After that, for sure, respect all the laws that are in place in Quebec, Canada, or everywhere else in the world. It always changes, so just go on our website. We have a lot of different blogs that talks about it. After that, marketing automation, we talked about it quickly today. If you ask your client too much information at first, for sure they're gonna stop and they're probably not gonna fill your form to subscribe to your newsletter. But if you ask small questions like micro surveys that can be used with Cyberimpact, you're gonna get more and more data, and it's not gonna be bugging them. After that, we have Google Analytics and all sorts of statistics platform. You have a lot of data in Cyberimpact, but also you can use Google Analytics when you do a send with an email address. After that, if on the right, a segmentation and subscription form for sure. Try to have, again, as more data as you can on your customers to send them appropriate content that they wanna receive. Personalization and A/B testing. So try different things. Send an email campaign that is just try a lot of different strategies, and then you can see what works best with your audience, because again, depending on the industry, it always changes. The spam and deliverability it's always really important. Again, we have a lot of content about that on our website, so you can just visit that, but it's really important to follow the guidelines. In Cyberimpact, there are a lot of tools that prevent our clients from getting in the spam, but for sure, don't do a big contest and ask everyone to click here and you win. And depending on all the content that you do, it's really important to follow the guidelines that we suggest. After that, the Cyberimpact Academy was done. We just launched it in January this year. The marketing team did an amazing work with that. We have a lot of different classes that can get you from the very beginning when you start in email marketing. So the first course here at the top. But then after that, you can go deeper and deeper to work with the statistics, the marketing automations, how to test, and you can go really, really far just with that. It's really easy to do. It's usually, let's say, 30 minutes for the whole course, and divided in 3 or 4 minutes each with a small quiz at the end, and you get a certification that can be used in your LinkedIn profile. That was it for today. I don't know if we have any question. Okay, we have a question. What's the difference between segmentation and dynamic content? For sure, the segmentation, you can look at it with different angles. It can be in your contact groups and in all sorts of different settings that you use in Cyberimpact. The dynamic content is really going to be in your newsletter itself. So you're going to display content depending on one of the features. I hope this answers your question. So we don't have any more questions. Let us know in the comments if there's some content that you would like us to talk about. In the next few weeks, we're going to try to do more and more webinars like this with the team here at Cyberimpact. So let us know if there's a special subject that you would like to hear. For sure, subscribe to our newsletter. We always try to send interesting content in there. When the dynamic block feature is going to be live, for sure you're going to hear about it all over the place on our social media, newsletter, and everywhere. That's it. Bruno is telling me, yeah, the next Lunch and Learn is going to be April 30th. So just follow us and subscribe to it for the next one. Thank you. Have a good day.